Pearl Davis is so confusing to me and so gross because when Andrew Tate and all those like disgusting rapey people say it, it's like, well, what can we expect from you? You're man. Like like it's the truth. It's like, what can we expect any better? Like really? Like we should expect better, but like the reality is they probably can't do any better because they are like biologically inferior. But when it's Pearl Davis, it's like, do you not realize you are a woman yourself? I just need to know if Pearl in her head, when she talks about women, if she includes herself in that. Like, you know, when you say we, like in your head and you're talking about you and other people, does she say we when she talks about other women? My grammar just went there. In her head. Like, is she included in that, like, we? Or does she just not consider herself, like, a woman? Like, if Pearl doesn't think that she's a woman, then what is she? Does she think she's a man? Like, this is why I say Pearl Davis is so close to fucking tuning out. Everyone is sleeping on this, but Pearl Davis is so close to tuning out. Like, we've already established she's disgusting, misogynistic, and gross in loads of ways. But have we, like, looked into the tranny side of things? Like, the side where she might just tune out? Like, have we looked into that side of things yet? Because, in my opinion, that is, like, a very, very likely thing to happen. Like, look at how much she hates women. How when she speaks about women, what's really interesting is she doesn't include herself. Like, she doesn't say, and this is why I'm better than other women. Like, she's never said anything that relates to I, which I find interesting. Like, she doesn't include herself in any of the posts she makes about women. So it makes me think that she just doesn't really see herself as a woman. And this is why I think Pearl is so close to tuning out and becoming like a man. Because she doesn't even regard her, like, she's, no one who considers themselves a woman would be able to talk about women in the way she talks about women. Because it's just not, like, you can't say that shit if you know, like, it's just stupid. It would be like me saying, like, and this is why Jewish people suck, and just everyone's like, but Elaine, you're Jewish, and I'm like, oh yeah, no I am. So this is what I feel like it is with Pearl. It's like, does she not include herself in any of the statements she makes about women? Is she trying to say that she's not like other girls, or is she trying to be a pick-me? I actually think there's a third option. I think the third option is that she genuinely doesn't consider herself a woman, and I would say that's valid, but it really isn't. It really isn't valid, Pearl. I'm sorry, this is a you problem. And I really think, Pearl, that you should take one for the team and tune out so that we don't have to consider you a woman either. Because you're really bringing down, like, the winning team here, you know? Like, we're winning, and then we have Pearl Davis, who's also a woman. And it's like, oh, shit. Like, you know, when you have the, like, tard kid in your group when you're like doing sports at school, and it's like, well, we're all gonna lose now. This is what it's like with Pearl Davis being a woman. Like, please just become a man so that we don't have to lose. Like, we don't want you on the winnings, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to be brought down by whatever the fuck Pearl Davis is. Like, what is Pearl Davis? Like, I don't know why everyone's like, oh, but Pearl, this is like free speech, you're entitled to say these things. No one said she wasn't, but no one's pointing out the fact that they're just wrong. Like, she's just wrong. Like, a lot of the time, she doesn't do any research into the statistics that she posts. Like, you can Google a lot of the times where she tweets statistics out, and they're just not accurate. Like, I used to do that with Pearl. I used to Google, is this actually true? And then I realized she was just making shit up as she goes along. The other thing that I also want to point out about Pearl Davis is it's like, I also feel like there's a level of like projection, because she doesn't experience most things that other women experience because she's disgusting. Like, no one's going to sexually harass Pearl Davis. Most people would look at that and think it's a man anyway. Another reason why she should tune out. But another thing is, She doesn't experience any of the stuff that she claims is going on, like not being able, like being silenced or being given like a lower wage, because she's like famous. So like no shit. No, there's no celebrity that experiences injustice in that regard because they're fucking famous. Apart from maybe the AI shit, because that stuff really does just happen to women. You don't see men making AI of naked men. But when it comes to Pearl, the reason why she's not experiencing these injustices is because she is like a anomaly. Like no one is gonna creep on Pearl, no one's gonna catcall Pearl, no one's gonna like sexually harass Pearl because no one wants to, because she's vile. So she just goes, oh, well, if it's not happening to me, it's not happening to any other woman ever. And it's like, no, Pearl, you're just disgusting. Have you considered that? Like, she really, really confuses me. I just don't understand the Pearl Davis. Like, what is she doing? This is why I think she really does just see herself as a man. Like, Pearl, true now, please. It's more, like, honest than what you're doing now.